up, guys? Welcome to Grit. I'm Victoria Dennis alongside Meg Burgdorf. We are all things beach volleyball, and today we're talking the Olympic race.
Yeah, and it's really heating up. It is going to be the 8th Beach Volleyball Olympics, kick-started in 1996 right here in the United States in Atlanta. And it's the Road to Paris 2024. And it's taking place right under the Eiffel Tower. And it's going to be pretty epic in the City of Love. 4 ways for teams to qualify to the Olympics. 1 is awarded to the host country. So France gets a men's team and a women's team. And then 1 winner from World Championships, men and women, will qualify. And then it's turned over to 17 of the best ranked teams. And that includes their results of the 12 best competitions as a pair from January 1st, 2023, all the way to June 10th, 2024. The final 5 spots go to the Continental Championships that'll be held in June next summer.
So exciting.
So exciting.
So, okay, so I know we have a lot to touch on, but so yes, the Olympic race started back in January, but that being said, rolling into the fall here, well, in the Northern Hemisphere at least, into the fall, we have Paris, we have World Champs. So let's talk a little bit about how these 2 next tournaments, I should say, are really kind of a big momentum push for these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's a test event for sure for Paris. It's the Elite 16 that takes place the 27th through the October 1st, 27th of September, excuse me. And that is a big test event for what the fans will experience, what the athletes will feel given a year kind of from the Olympics happening. And it's going to be a hot field. On the men's side, we have in the #1 seed, Miles and Andy from Team USA. Number 2 is Sweden. Number 3 is the Czech Republic. And number 4 is the home country, France. Who's missing is Norway. So they've withdrawn from the Elite 16 in Paris. The other American teams are Trevor and Theo, Kame and Try, and Miles and Chase, and they're coming through that qualification bracket. So they've got to win their 1 or 2 matches to move on into that main draw. On the women's side, we have Ana Patricia and Duda from Brazil coming in at the 1st seed. Kristen and Taryn coming in for USA at the number 2. And then in number 3 is Canada's Mel and Brandy. At the 5 and 9 seed are Hughes and Chang, and at the 9 is Scholes and Flint. So it's going to be a nice taster event, too, leading into the World Championships.
And it's kind of fun. They're having like a little bit of a warm-up lap in Paris before they actually potentially compete in Paris within less than a calendar year.
Yeah, so the Elite 16 in Paris is a really big event as an Olympic teaser event to get in the vibe and the energy. It's also a big event heading into World Championships. So the last Elite 16 was in Montreal, and so there's been a little bit of a gap. The AVP didn't have their championships, so now it's the big center stage again, back-to-back weekends. So closes out if you win October 1st, you get kick-started on October 5th. Down in Mexico City.
Mexico's going to be a good one.
It's going to be amazing.
Let's touch on World Champs. Let's just dive into it.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so World Champs down in Tlaxcala, Mexico. Yep. Okay, so there's going to be 48 teams competing, 48 teams split in each gender. Hold on 1 second, folks. This is a tongue twister. 48 teams in each gender split into 12 pools. Simple.
Of 4.
12 pools of 4. Yeah. Exactly. Great. So the duos have known who they're playing since late August, 41 days ahead of the start of the tournament. Top 2 teams in each pool and the best 4 teams that rank 3rd in their respective pools will move directly into the round of 32.
And that's a single elimination bracket. So it gets hot really fast. They go through their pool play. I think it's 4 days, maybe a pool play, and then it's into that single elimination, and there's no mercy. So it's one and done, gotta perform, gotta be on, and it's a long event. I mean, it's ran over 10 days, and it's at a higher altitude. So athletes have to travel, hopefully a few days in advance, depending on when they leave Paris, and a direct route down to Mexico City. But then they have to perform at a higher altitude. So having that little bit of a difference and time delay may play a factor. But pool play is first, and it's round robin. So they get to play every team in their pool to get a true best, results there. And it's going to be exciting.
It really is. And if you win, well, you earn a bid to 2024 Paris Olympics. Yeah. And also, let's talk about $1 million in prize money to be split up.
That's absolutely amazing. So, I think as we continue to professionalize the sport of beach volleyball, the prize money, first of all, we never really talk about how important it is that it's gender equal. Like it's been the same on the World Tour, it's been the same on the AVP for years. And it's such an impressive thing where other sports are continuously, fighting for the women's equal pay. We have it, and it's an impressive prize pot as well.
It is. It's a testament to, the core of the sport and, who runs it, all the people at the top, and it just shows, how special beach volleyball is and how we're able to recognize, both male and female athletes. I know it should not be like even a concept that needs to be thought about in the world of athletics, but to see that we have equal pay for both men and women's in this sport is, a testament in itself.
It's awesome. So let's talk a little bit, Vic, about the whole venue. How many countries are going to be represented there? Give us a vibe.
So 40 different countries are going to be represented down in Mexico, 16 from Europe, 9 from the NORCECA region, 6 from South America, 5 from Asia, 4 from Africa. Brazil will have more teams than any country with 9 duos, 4 men's and 5 women's, followed by the United States with 8. And then the host, Mexico, they'll have 6 teams competing. Australia, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands will have 4. So many different flags being represented at World Champs. World Champs is just such a unique atmosphere. I had the opportunity in 2019 to go to Hamburg World Champs, and if I can just share my takeaway from World Champs, I'm not being biased by saying that it was the best sporting event that I've ever been to. Honestly, it was the best sporting event I've ever been to. Just to see the camaraderie of the world come together in one area. It's like a mini Olympics, but it's only beach volleyball that's happening. And for me, World Champs in Hamburg, everybody had their flags out, 12,000 people in the stands, packing the arena, a line down and around the block to get into the stadium. And it was just the atmosphere, the DJ, the music, everybody was standing on their feet, waving their flags of their country. And it's a unique atmosphere, and it's exciting to see it down in Mexico.
And I'm so excited that you touched on it because the fans in Mexico have been unreal. This is the stadium from the last event that they had. Completely packed, full of fans, and I think it's going to bring a really unique vibe that beach volleyball might not have felt, yet.
And I love down in South America, or Central in South America, they have the drums going. Yeah. They have different chants.
The flair.
Yes, I love the drums that they get going down there in the crowd. It's so fun.
And it's back in a venue, so it's in the Bull Ring is where one of the venues. So there's 5 venues down there, and the main one is in the Bull Ring. So the vibe, the culture, the presence, the atmosphere is already teed up to be a really incredible vibe from the fans. And we saw it in the main draw event earlier in the year, and they actually had a great time down there. And I think beach volleyball is going to be a mainstay in Mexico, let alone Mexico City, and for this World Champs event.
So what are some teams that we can see pulling into World Champs? And let's talk a little bit about the shuffle around, what we expect, and how this is teeing up into the Olympics.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So on the men's side, top 3 teams, Norway, Sweden, USA. On the men's side, Norway won World Champs last year. They also won the Olympics. So they're kind of considered the favorite coming into this. Chasing right behind them is Sweden, the young duo running the on-two, so a very similar style. And then team 3 is Andes and Miles, thank you. And there's a lot of
Who are those guys?
A lot of Andes going on.
Andy, Miles Martin, those new guys? Okay.
Yeah, we got them. So they're coming in, and I love that these 3 teams are all the fast tempo, changing the game, the on-two. They're just very creative. And so they're your 1, 2, 3. On the men's side for Team USA, we have 2 other teams. We have Kame and Try at the 19th seed, and 21st seed is Trevor and Theo coming in.
Awesome. So exciting.
I know. Right?
Okay, on the women's side, top 3 is Duda and Patricia.
Anna Patricia.
Anna Patricia.
Gotta love her.
She's unreal.
Unreal.
Big fan.
And just in case you guys didn't know, Duda and Anna Patricia have been a dominant force since their like junior years. U17, U19, racking up the victories then, having tons of experience facing that center stage, splitting up for the Olympics, and now they're back together.
And Duda and Anna Patricia, 3 gold medals in their last 3 events. So the last 3 events they played in were all Elite 16s in Hamburg, Stade, and Ostrava. I said that correct,
Yeah.
right? Great.
And
You
they
never
won
know.
it last year.
And they won it last year,
Yeah.
exactly. So a lot of momentum from number 1 ranked Brazil, number 2 Hughes and Chang, followed by number 3 Cloth Nuss coming in to world champs. So, but there's a lot of shuffle around. I mean, Cloth Nuss, they're number 3, but they're only 200 points behind Hughes and Chang. So
The points gap is closing in.
it's closing in, and it's going to be closing in quickly. So each point counts, as we know. Each game counts. Each touch counts, and it's really going to be a battle throughout pool play and then into playoffs at World Champs as well.
And the pools were posted, and it was awarded through a drawing of lots. So the FIVB drew the teams in advance in August. So like Vic mentioned, we already know who everyone's facing off. But we did have a shakeup on the women's side. Sarah Sponsel, we've all heard, is now playing indoor volleyball. So Therese Cannon picked up Megan Kraft. And now they're on the women's side taking a stab at it. I think they have Spain and Mexico and China in their pool. So that's a new team to watch and to see. I think that Sponsel and Therese were ranked 12th on the Olympic provisional rankings. So that's going to be an interesting player for Team USA.
It is also Melissa and Brandy for Team Canada, winning Montreal, and just taking that momentum coming into World Champs as well. They know they've played against each other a while, and now they're teammates, and they have that gold in their home country under their belt and looking to push forward here at World Champs as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teams from Mexico, a lot of younger athletes that are on the up and coming. So I think it's exciting for the home culture and the home country to host this event and to really have a future in beach volleyball.
So with that being said, moving forward through the Olympic process, any final thoughts and final notes?
Yeah, so the qualification process can be kind of confusing for everybody. So I'm going to walk you through a little things. 24 teams compete in the Olympics. We already know 1 men, 1 women goes to France. We already know the second one goes to the winner of World Championships. So that's 2 already confirmed this year, which is really an incredible place to be preparing for that year. Knowing that you have earned and secured that berth from World Championships is really exciting. Then there's 6 rounds in that tournament of pool play. And then it goes into the single elimination 16-team bracket to the bronze medal match, the silver, and the gold. It's exciting.
Very exciting stuff. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I think we covered it for the most part. Now we just got to sit back and see how the action unfolds.
Yeah, we've got to see who has grit out there in the Paris Elite 16, and then we turn it over to World Champs to see who gets really gritty there.
It's going to get real gritty down there. Well, until next time, guys, I'm Victoria Dennis alongside Meg Burgdorf. Make sure to stay gritty out there, and we'll see you soon.